Hi, okay, so I am going to be talking about Utah's history regarding polygamy and how the laws have changed around it now. So, back in the 1800s, when the early members from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormons, first settled here in Utah, many of them practiced polygamy, and they brought that over from the East Coast. And this basically means that every man had more than one wife in their family units. So the church leaders believed that this was a revelation from God or something that God told them to do, and it became a big part of their lifestyle and their beliefs and their culture for a time. But the US government did not agree with it. They did not like it, and over time they started trying to pass laws to try and stop polygamy. These laws made it illegal and punished people who practice polygamy with things such as jail time, fines, and losing their rights to vote. So it got so serious that the government even went after the church's property. So eventually in 1890, the church officially said that they would stop allowing plural marriages. They would stop allowing polygamy. This was a big deal because it helped Utah become a state in 1896, because one of the conditions for the statehood was that Utah had to ban polygamy in its state constitution. So an interesting thing is that in 2020, Utah passed a new law that made bigger changes. So polygamy between consenting adults was no longer a felony. It's now just an infraction. So it's an infraction is kind of like a minor thing, like getting a speeding ticket. And so you won't go to jail for being in a plural marriage, and you won't get a fine. So the state still punishes polygamy if it involves abuse, child marriage, or fraud. So if it's in that realm, it's a no-go. But if it is adults choosing to live that way, it's no longer considered a major crime or really poorly looked in people's eyes. Still kind of for a majority of people, but some small minority is accepted. This law is meant to help people and the community in those certain communities feel safer, especially if they need to report abuse or other problems without being afraid of getting arrested for just living their lifestyle. So something that actually stood out to me is how this issue has just changed over time. At first it kept Utah from becoming a state, and now it's something that is being handled more carefully and gently because there are people in certain areas that do still practice it, and it's just being focused on safety, and it's about choice. And so it made me think of how certain laws are shaped by culture and religion, and how heavily that weighs on some states. And so sometimes it can take a long time to make a big change, or just kind of small things over time, but it is to mainly protect people and help society in going forward. And so yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you.